tear and share. Oh, oh, look at that. Just look at that cinnamon roll. Soft, absolutely super soft bread. Look in there. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today, cinnamon rolls, the great American classic that's all over the world. Some are sweeter than others. So, you know, I had some not so long ago and they were terrible. They were too sweet, so we're going to make them. This starts off with some milk. In the milk, our sugar. Give that a little mix. In there with our yeast. Now I always give this a little mix, but you could just leave it on the top to bloom. I always stir it in, give it that little kick up there. Cinnamon rolls are very straightforward to make. It's basically a bread. It's a bread, roll out the dough, smother it in all your sugar and your cinnamon, roll it up, cut it, put it in a tray, bake it. And I'm baking it today in the high Sapienta 24 litre air fryer. So all we're going to do, we're going to let that stand for a couple of minutes to see if the yeast blooms. If the yeast blooms, we're carrying straight on. Okay, as soon as you start to see it to froth up like that, you know it's active. So we can crack on with the next stage. This is our flour. And I am going in there with some salt. I have a couple of eggs here, which we're just going to give a light beating, just to make it easier to incorporate in our flour. Give that salt a mix in there with our egg, in there with our melted butter, and in there with our yeast mixture. And we want to be going on our machine. Now I'm using a stand mixer today simply because I'm too old to mess around with all the rolling. On we go. This is the same as mixing a bread dough, so we don't have to go crazy. Just put the machine on slow, 1 or 2, number 2 probably, and just let it do its job for about 10 minutes. Let it knead it all, mix it together. So we start it off, just bring that in there, and then we'll go to number 2. I'm going to leave that for about 8 minutes. Okay, that's at about 6 minutes, that's enough. Let's drop that down. Let's have that off there. It's looking a bit sticky, but you know, cinnamon roll dough is a little bit sticky. It's actually okay. It's got that little bit of stickiness in there, look. So what we're going to do, you could oil up your hands. In fact, that's probably the easiest way to do this actually. Let's just put a little bit of oil on my hands, because I just want to get that off there, and we're going to oil the bowl anyway. So a little bit of oil in there, look, all the way up the sides. And we're going to take our very sticky dough, but it's not that sticky, look. You know, it's not actually sticky to my hands. So just bring it all in like that, tuck it all underneath like that, and put it back in there. Just roll the top in that little bit of oil, put that in there, and we are going to cover that with, hey presto, a bag. Leave it to rise 1 hour thereabouts or till doubled in size, and we can carry on with the next stage. And we've got sugar and we've got our cinnamon in there, and we're just going to give that a little mix in. Right, I have some melted butter. A lot of recipes call for mixing it all with that. We're going to do that. We're going to roll out our dough. We're going to brush it all with butter, and we're going to put our sugar cinnamon mixture all over the top. So what have we got? That's what we're talking. Now I'm going to put a little bit of flour on there. After all, we are baking. Let's get that out of there. And as you can see, I'm not even going to roll it. We're just going to do that, because there is enough dough here just to do this. Now we have some melted butter here, and we're just going to put that on there like that, and then we are going to sprinkle our sugar cinnamon mix on there like that. We've got that little bit there, look, and we are going to add that to our butter, and we're just going to give that a mix in like that. Just gently move your mix around on there, and then just infill with a little bit of that. Roll up the dough. Okay, I'm using this tin today. It's a 12x12, and I've put a little bit of baking parchment in there, and I've rubbed it around with a little bit of butter. So for this then, we want to roughly split, and we want 6 rolls out of each. So we can split that again, that's about half, and then we want 3 rolls each there. Take our messy looking roll and dump it in there. Okay, so there's our very messy looking cinnamon rolls, and we're just going to put them to rise for another 30 minutes. So we're just going to bob that in our bag and leave it 30 minutes. What we'll do is make up some icing, the cream frosting icing which goes over the top before we bake our cinnamon rolls. So there's our cream cheese. We're going to go in there with some butter, and nice and gently. I've got a fairly big bowl and a little amount. That's usually because I get it everywhere. Okay, to that we're going to add just a little tad of vanilla. I don't want it to be too overpowering vanilla on the icing. We want a little bit of something in there, so it's just going to be sweet. Okay, here comes the job. We're going to beat in our sugar. Okay, so we got that dry mix. Now, well, it's not so wet mix, but dry. We're just going to go in there with a little bit of milk. I'm going to go in with about a tablespoon first. I'm going to give that a beat in, then we might have to add some more. What a nice runny-ish icing. And that is our perfect icing for the top of our cinnamon rolls. Now I'm using the high sapiente air fryer today, but I'm going to bake at 160. So we're going to set a temperature for 160 and we're just going to put it on. At home you're going to do a 170, 175, 350 round about there. So let that warm up. I think we need to be having a look what our rolls look like. They look like that. They are monsters. Some are about 3 times the size of the other ones. We're not bothered. Okay, I'm doing a little bit of a trick today here. I've got this, and this will not fit my air fryer baking tray. So I've got this trivet. I'm going to put it over the top, and then that will fit absolutely flat to the tray. Perfect. You know, if not, this doesn't fit on there, it will be cooking on an angle and a slant. So there you go. There's a little trick on there, on there. Nice and flat. Okay, we've warmed the oven up enough. We're going to get that in there and push it in. We are cooking for about 20 minutes first. 20 to 25 minutes. We're cooking for 20 minutes and we will have a look. Okay, that's end hot. We can get that out of there. Just look at those. We got a couple of monsters amongst these, but a couple of normal size, and they look absolutely superb. So whilst our buns are still warm, we need to be going over there with some of our cream cheese and slap it on, get it in all those nooks and crannies. So this is one of those really untidy icing jobs, you know, which I love because I absolutely love, because you don't have to try and be careful. We just got to get that in everywhere and around everywhere. So just gotta let that have a minute on there, and then we're gonna get one of those out and give it a try. Look at that. Just perfect. So which one do we select? Now they're covered in cream cheese, I've no idea. Come on, we're going for the monster. Oh, tear and share. Oh, look. Look at that. Just look at that cinnamon roll. Soft. Absolutely super soft bread. Look in there. And our filling, not too much overpowering, perfect flavor. Oh, come on, you know it's got to be done. Oh, super soft. Oh man. Oh. That is absolutely delicious. Oh wow. Not overpowering with the cinnamon or the sugar. The cream cheese is delightful. That is absolutely tremendous. Look how soft that is. Wow, absolutely incredible. Super soft bun. Not overly sweet, not too much cinnamon in there. Buttery, and we've got that creamy cheese topping. That creamy cheese icing topping. That is sensational. If you like what we're doing and you like getting sticky, a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. We'll catch you in the next video.